You can't escape the past, can you? You carry it with you every single day, like a weight around your neck. But here's the truth no one wants to hear. The past can only hurt you if you let it. You think that by holding on to it, you're keeping yourself safe. But in reality, you're locking yourself in a prison of your own making. So let me ask you, what are you really holding on to? The failures, the betrayals, the pain that someone else caused you? Those memories are nothing but ghosts, haunting your present and blocking your future. And yet, you cling to them like they're the only thing you have left. But here's the cold, hard truth. You don't need them. You never did. Your past doesn't define you. It doesn't control you. It's time to let go of the chains you've wrapped around yourself. The more you hold on, the more you keep yourself from moving forward, from growing, from becoming what you're meant to be. The past will try to convince you that you are its prisoner. It will feed you lies. It will tell you that you can't move forward, that the scars are too deep. But you know what? That's the voice of fear, and it's time to silence it. You are not what happened to you. You are who you choose to become. So take a deep breath. This is the moment you let go. The damage may be done, but the future is still yours to claim. How many times have you stood there, staring at the wreckage of your past, wondering if it will ever stop haunting you? But let's be real. Are you going to let those moments define you forever? You carry those scars, sure, but why let them control your every move? Every time you let the past take control, you're handing over your future. Is that really what you want? I know. Sit safe. I know, but it might be hard for you. It's easy to get caught in the web of pain. You're told that time will heal all wounds, but we both know that isn't true, right? Time only dulls the pain. It doesn't take it away. You think you're supposed to forget, to bury it all deep inside. But you can't outrun your past forever. So instead, you drag it along with you, like a shadow that never leaves your side. But what if the real problem isn't the past? What if it's the fear of facing it, of letting it go? The fear of stepping into the unknown. Because here's the thing. You are terrified. Terrified of being vulnerable. Terrified of letting go. Because what if, without the past, you don't know who you are anymore? What if you're left with nothing? But what if that's the whole point? What if the real power comes when you choose to step into the unknown? When you stop letting the past define you? Because right now, you're standing at a crossroads. You can keep holding onto the pain, dragging it with you until it crushes you. Or you can choose something different. You can choose to let go, even if it feels impossible. Fear is powerful. I won't deny that. It will make you question everything. It will try to keep you stuck, locked in the past. But what if, just for a moment, you stepped outside your comfort zone? What if you realized that holding on to the past is keeping you stuck in a never-ending loop of suffering? What if you realized that holding on to the past is keeping you stuck in a never-ending loop of suffering. The Wurbing, Nome, your life. The world doesn't owe you an apology for the things you've gone through. People may have hurt you. The circumstances may have been unfair, but here's the thing. Life doesn't stop for anyone. It doesn't care about your pain. It doesn't stop to mourn your losses. And maybe that's a blessing, because it means you have the power to keep moving forward, no matter how heavy the burden feels. But the longer you let doubt and fear rule your life, the more power they take. The more they convince you that you don't deserve better, that you are defined by your mistakes. And you know what? That's a lie. Because at the core of every person is something unbreakable, something that can rise above the darkest of pasts. What if the key to freedom isn't in the past at all? What if it's in your ability to face it, to accept it, and to finally walk away from it? There's no strength in clinging to the things that hurt you. The real strength comes from letting go, from saying, I'm done with this. I am not my pain, and I refuse to be controlled by it anymore. It's a hard truth to face, but you have to choose. Do you want to keep running, letting the fear consume you? Or do you want to step into the unknown, knowing that the past is gone and what lies ahead is your chance to grow? So take a moment, think about what you're really afraid of. Is it the unknown? The possibility of failure? Or is it the fact that if you let go, you'll have to face the truth about who you are and who you can become? Because here's the thing, your past doesn't define you. Your fears don't define you. The only thing that defines you is the choice you make in this moment. Will you choose to break free, or will you continue to live in the shadow of a past that no longer serves you? Pain. You see, pain isn't just a side effect of living. See, it's a tool, a weapon. It's a forge. And you, my friend, are the steel being shaped by it. Every cut, every bruise, every scar. It's not a mark of weakness. It's a sign of growth. A sign that you endured, that you survived, and that you are still here, standing, breathing, living. But here's the thing, you'll never understand the power of your pain until you learn how to use it, until you stop running from it. Because the moment you embrace that suffering, when you look it in the eyes and refuse to back down, you unlock something in yourself that nothing else can touch. What if your pain could be the fuel that drives you forward? What if you could take the darkness, the misery, and turn it into your motivation? Because pain has a strange way of teaching you things you could never learn in comfort. It teaches you resilience. It teaches you to be unbreakable. And more than anything, it teaches you that you're capable of handling far more than you ever imagined. Every time you face a new challenge, every time life knocks you down, you have a choice. You can shrink, you can give up, you can let the weight of the world crush you. Or you can rise, you can stand up and say, this pain won't break me. It will make me. Think about it. Who are the people you admire the most? The ones who inspire you, who make you believe in something bigger. I can bet you they didn't get there by avoiding pain. They got there because they leaned into it. Because when the world tried to tear them down, they chose to keep going. They chose to use that pain to build something stronger, something unshakable. You can't run from the storms of life, but you can learn to dance in the rain. Pain doesn't have to be the enemy. It doesn't have to be something that defines your defeat. It can be the very thing that teaches you how to fight. How to stand tall when the world seems like it's falling apart. Secrets are more than just a mystery. Inside them stands the meaning of yourself. And let's be honest, how many times has pain knocked you down? How many moments have you been on the brink of breaking, thinking there's no way out? And yet, here you are. You're still here. You've survived every dark moment, every overwhelming wave, every time life threatened to swallow you whole. So what does that tell you? It tells you that you have within you a strength you've yet to fully tap into. It tells you that the suffering you're afraid of is not a sign that you're weak. It's a sign that you're stronger than you've ever known. You are stronger than your scars. Your pain is proof of that. It's proof that you've faced the storm and emerged on the other side, battered, but not broken. And now, it's time to use it. Use that pain to fuel your fire, to push you to places you never thought possible. You want to keep hiding from the pain, pretending that life can be lived without it? Or do you want to step into the fire and come out stronger than you ever imagined? The truth is, you can't escape it. You can't avoid the suffering. But you can choose to face it head on, to let it mold you, to let it teach you what nothing else ever could. Pain is your teacher. Suffering is your guide. This is your time, the time to rise from the ashes, to take what life has thrown at you and turn it into something powerful. You've been through the fire, and now it's time to emerge as the person you were always meant to be. The person who can't be broken. The person who can face anything life throws their way. So, are you ready? Ready to embrace the pain? To turn it into your strength? And to move forward with a power that nothing can take away? Because the only thing standing between you and your destiny is your willingness to accept that the pain is not your enemy. It is your power. Now that you see the truth, now that you know pain is not a curse but a catalyst, what will you do with it? You stand at a crossroads, and the choice is yours. You can keep avoiding the suffering, keep pretending it isn't part of the journey, or you can choose to step into it, head first, and let it change you. Because the truth is, you can't have growth without pain. You can't have success without struggle. You can't have the life you dream of without the battles that shape you into the person you need to be. Look at your scars, both physical and emotional. What do they tell you? Do they tell you that you're broken, that you failed? Or do they tell you that you've endured, that you've survived, that you are still here, standing, stronger than before. That's the truth. That's the power you carry. And it's time to stop doubting yourself. It's time to stop listening to that voice that tells you you are not enough, that tells you to give up. Because you are enough. You always have been. The only thing that's been holding you back is your fear of the very thing that can set you free. Pain. It's time to stop seeing suffering as something to be avoided. Embrace it. Every challenge, every hardship, every moment of darkness. It's all part of the blueprint for your greatness. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you start using it, the sooner you will realize just how powerful you are. Do you want to be the person who lets the world break them? Or do you want to be the one who takes every blow and keeps moving forward, stronger, wiser, and more unstoppable than ever? First step is to turn and start looking at the way you're moving through the world. The world will move you the way it should, and as you do that, you will notice a massive shift in your experience. The path ahead isn't easy. It's never easy. But the path of least resistance is the one that leads to mediocrity. The path that challenges you, that tests you, that pushes you to your limits. That's the path that leads to greatness. And you have the strength to walk it. The path that leads to greatness. The path that leads to greatness. So, what's it going to be? Will you let your past define you, or will you redefine your future? Will you let pain control you, or will you turn it into your fuel? The power to change, to rise, to overcome. It's within you. You already have everything you need to move forward. All you need is the will to step into your power, to embrace what you've been running from, and to use it to build the life you deserve. I challenge you right now to make the decision. Make the decision that no matter how hard it gets, no matter how much pain you face, you will keep going. Make the decision that you won't let fear rule your life anymore, that you won't run from suffering, but you'll face it head on and turn it into your strength. Search into your heart and find the sorrow. Search into. You are more capable than you realize. You are tougher than you think. And you are ready. Ready to take the pain, to transform it, and to build a new life from it. So, step forward. Own your pain. Use it to fuel your rise. The world is waiting for you to unleash your full potential. And it starts right now. This is your moment. The damage may be done, but you have the power to rewrite the story. Don't waste it. Embrace the pain. Embrace the power. And take that next step toward your new chapter.